This is a Ramana Maharshi clip, a talk by Ramana Maharshi with comments by Richard Clarke. This is a time to listen, reflect, and deeply meditate. I'm Richard. Welcome. I'm reviewing and commenting on the book Talks with Sri Ramana Maharshi. Today is from Talk 57 about direct and indirect knowledge, aparoksha jnana and paroksha jnana. Maharshi, some people think that there are different stages in jnana. The self is nitya aparoksha, that is, ever realized, knowingly or unknowingly. Sravana, they argue, should therefore be aparoksha jnana, directly experienced, and not paroksha jnana, indirect knowledge. But jnana should result in dukha nivritti, loss of misery, whereas Sravana alone does not bring it about. Therefore, they say, though aparoksha, it is not unshaken. The rising of vasanas is the cause of it being weak, not unchanging. When the vasanas are removed, jnana becomes unshaken and bears fruit. Others say Sravana is only paroksha jnana. By manana, reflection, it becomes aparoksha spasmodically. The obstruction to its continuity is the vasanas. They rise up with reinforced vigor after manana. They must be held in check. Such vigilance consists in remembering I am not the body, and adhering to the aparoksha anubhava direct experience that has been had in the course of manana reflection. Such practice is called nididhyasana and eradicates the vasanas. Then dawns the sahaja state, that is jnana, sure. The aparoksha in manana cannot affect dukha nivritti, loss of misery, and cannot amount to moksha, that is, release from bondage, because the vasanas periodically overpower the jnana. Hence, it is adridha, weak, and becomes firm after the vasanas have been eradicated by nididhyasana, one-pointedness. Ramana Maharshi addresses a fundamental aspect of Advaita Vedanta and the process of self-realization. The conversation revolves around the nature of jnana, which refers to true knowledge. This leads to self-realization. He discusses the process of spiritual learning, Sravana, manana, nididhyasana. These are called the three pillars of Vedantic practice. They are listening or reading, reflecting, and deep meditation. This is how you go about taking in, learning, and directly experiencing spiritual wisdom. Ramana said that some people argue that jnana is an ever-realized aparoksha direct experience. According to this view, Sravana, which is the act of hearing and gaining knowledge, should also be aparoksha jnana, as it is the direct path to realizing the self. However, Ramana points out that mere Sravana does not lead to dukha nivritti, the cessation of suffering or misery. It lacks the transformative power to eliminate suffering. The reason for this inadequacy, says Ramana, is the presence of vasanas, tendencies. Vasanas are the deep-rooted desires and tendencies that create a sense of individuality and attachment. These vasanas continue to rise and obscure the direct realization of the self. In this state, Jnana remains unsteady and subject to change, obscuration by vasanas. Others suggest that Sravana is aparoksha jnana, or indirect knowledge, and it only becomes aparoksha, direct, through manana, the process of reflection and contemplation. However, even this direct experience remains spasmodic because the vasanas persistently obstruct its continuity. Ramana then talks about nididhyasana, which is one-pointed meditation or contemplation. Nididhyasana involves vigilantly remembering I am not the body and staying with the direct experience gained through manana. This dedicated practice will eradicate the vasanas and remove the obstacles to self-realization. As the vasanas are gradually eradicated through nididhyasana, a state of sahaja dawns. This sahaja state represents true jnana, unshaken and firm. It brings dukha nivritti, the end of suffering, and moksha, liberation from birth and death. Ramana Maharshi calls sahaja the natural state. Ramana Maharshi emphasizes the importance of moving from paroksha jnana to aparoksha jnana through Sravana, manana, and most importantly, nididhyasana. The latter is the key to eradicating vasanas and attaining the unshaken true knowledge that brings about the end of suffering and brings moksha. This dialogue underscores the significance of continuous self-inquiry and self-realization on the spiritual path of Advaita Vedanta. So inquire, know yourself, and be always free and at peace. These videos help bring Ramana Maharshi's teachings into your direct experience. Subscribe now